Welcome back to the deep dive. If you look at the equipment powering the mission control screens at NASA, you might actually be shocked to find the exact same gear running the DirecTV apps at your local sports bar.
Right. It sounds wild, but it is completely true.
Yeah, so today our mission is to explore that staggering hidden infrastructure powering our modern visual world. And we are using a really specific, seemingly mundane product listing from a 25-year-old AV company called HDTVSupply as our map.
Yeah, we are zeroing in on a piece of gear called the SurgeX SX-VS-1216 PDU. And PDU just stands for Power Distribution Unit.
Right.
It looks a bit like that dusty white power strip sitting under your desk right now, but it actually sits at the center of a labyrinth of extreme technology designed for massive commercial applications.
But wait, hold on. I am looking at this listing, and it specifically highlights that it has no surge protection.
Yeah.
If I'm wiring up $1 million NASA control room, or even just a massive sports bar, why on earth would I buy a power unit that doesn't protect against surges?
Well, it sounds completely counterintuitive until you look at how these massive facilities are engineered. You see, commercial buildings have heavy-duty, facility-wide surge protection built right into the main electrical circuit panels.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so if you add localized surge protectors down at the equipment rack level, they can actually create electrical interference. Or they might, unnecessarily trip the breakers during minor harmless voltage fluctuations.
That makes total sense.
Exactly. You want raw, unfiltered, reliable power distribution at the rack, and you just rely on the building's main panel to handle the actual surges.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because the sheer volume of equipment in the catalog surrounding this single non-surge protected power unit is mind-boggling. HDTVSupply lists over 2,000 HDMI modular matrix switchers.
It is a massive catalog, yeah.
And these setups scale all the way up to a 160 by 160 HDMI matrix switch. So what does that actually mean mechanically?
Well, it means you can take 160 different input sources. So that could be live cameras, satellite feeds, computers, whatever. And you can instantly route them to any combination of 160 different output screens simultaneously.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all without a millisecond of lag. You are pushing incredibly dense 4K and 8K video feeds over long distances, which obviously requires immense bandwidth.
It is literally like looking at the central nervous system of a giant organism. These massive Wolfpack matrix switchers and video wall processors act as the brain and the spinal cord, right?
Right.
Taking in all this complex sensory information and routing it to exactly the right output at exactly the right millisecond.
And just like a biological nervous system, if a single node misfires, the body reacts. In this case, a dropped frame or a microsecond power hiccup means a massive 4K display goes dark during a critical moment.
Which you definitely do not want.
No, you do not. That is why the computational routing has to be so robust, and why the power delivery from something like that SurgeX unit has to be rock solid.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the clientele for this heavy iron is incredibly varied. Like, HDTVSupply has dedicated setups just for sports bar TV control systems, running seamless DirecTV feeds across 160 TVs for Sunday football.
Yeah, it is huge for hospitality.
But then you look at the other side of the catalog.
Right. What's fascinating here is the government purchasing side, because they cater heavily to federal entities. The catalog mentions the federal GSA schedule, which is basically the government's master list of approved vendor contracts.
Okay.
Plus, they offer TAA-approved products, meaning the gear complies with the Trade Agreements Act and is manufactured in approved countries, and they are on the NASA CIP program.
Wait, the NASA CIP program?
Yeah, it basically functions as the ultimate federal VIP catalog for approved IT and audiovisual tech.
Huh.
Agencies use it to streamline purchasing for highly vetted equipment.
So wait, what does this all mean? The exact same Wolfpack matrix switch infrastructure showing every college football game at a local megapub is approved to sit in a federal control room.
Absolutely. Because data is data. Whether
Yeah.
you are synchronizing 64 screens for sports fans or running critical data visualization for Space Command, the underlying mechanical requirement is identical.
Wow, that is wild to think about.
Both applications demand absolute reliability and massive data throughput. The government requires the exact same robust nervous system as these massive entertainment venues.
We just accept these visual marvels as magic, entirely forgetting the heavy iron doing the intense lifting behind the drywall. From those non-surge protected PDUs to the massive 160-port matrix switchers.
Yeah, it really is an entire hidden world, making our modern visual experiences possible.
So here's a final thought for you to explore on your own. Next time you are in a massive sports bar or just walking through a transit hub effortlessly watching dozens of perfectly synced screens, consider that hidden nervous system humming away behind the walls.
Exactly.
Like how much electricity and sheer computational routing power is silently being consumed just to display those images. It is definitely something to think about.